today we had tech rally, and that seems contrary to what seemed like the most logical and obvious move, and that was for interest rates to rise, with the Fed seemingly getting ready to explore talking about raising rates. Just that, but a step in that direction, which is a change from what has been the case for the last several months. It seemed like we got a light tap, a toe breaking the water, not necessarily dipping yet, but breaking the water. Because if you know anything about water, it's got that layer on top where the atoms form, and the molecules rather, form that hydrogen bond, the hydrogen bond. We have broken the hydrogen bond, but we have not necessarily gone into the water yet. Just broken the hydrogen bond. The bond market did not react at all, basically. A little tiny move on the day of, and then right back down. So I don't know how long that can last. It seems like at some point they're going to taper, and they're going to talk about tapering. And we've seen a pretty dramatic move off the lows of yields for bonds without this talk of taper, just purely on the expectation. So I'm not ready to push that thesis away yet. I don't think it's a crazy thesis that bond yields are expected to increase, but the market isn't thinking about it today. The NASDAQ and the rest of tech is rallying, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have our tech we like, and it doesn't hurt to see what has been hurting for a very long time rally for some time. And a lot of these stocks are, relatively sold off, relatively underowned. So we have our strategy for buying these stocks. If there's a technology that you foresee, this is where you really need to call on your creative instincts. How is the world going to change in the next couple years? What's that technology? What company is working on it? Considering buying that stock, but make sure that the price is right. That's the ultimate thing that we need to buy here, the price. If it has the potential to 5 or 10x from its current price, go ahead and buy it, but buy it expecting waves. That's the way it is. We've talked about me with CRISPR. Look at that stock since I bought it in August of 2017. I had ridden multiple up 50% waves and down 50% waves, but if you hold it long enough, and if it is a technology that's going to 5 or 10x, you're going to get the reward. It's going to come with the risk, it's going to come with the pain, but it's also going to come with the reward, as many things in life seem to do. So, the market's going ahead. Wait, we're not getting higher interest rates? Well, I think that's going to be the case. Don't extrapolate what's happening too much in one day. If the Fed is keeping interest rates low, they're continuing to monetize the deficit. That means they're continuing to print money. That means there's likely to be more inflation. People are borrowing money at these lower rates. They are spending at these lower rates. The economy is rather strong at these levels. I know the jobs data hasn't been that good, and it's really frustrating that that's the case. But there are 8.1 million jobs open. Consumer spending is rather high. Consumer savings is rather high. So there are lots of indications that the economy is strong, rates are low, and the Fed is printing money, which is basically the perfect storm for some inflation, which we have already seen, and I believe is, and many economists and just textbooks say, is a delayed indicator, meaning things take effect and then inflation begins to occur. And we haven't even gotten to the full reopening of the economy yet. So I believe there's still more fundamental things that have yet to happen with the economy and inflation. And we are still seeing the effects of past events. And there's kind of this lag between the past and the present. So there's more inflation to come, more fundamental forces of inflation to occur, and then yet again, more inflation to come. And inflation corollary assets are very good buys right now. They are typically beaten down, not too expensive. Gold is not beaten down. It's beaten down from the high, but not beaten down all time. But I'm expecting more growth in this area. At the beginning of the year, end of last year, end of December, we talked about 3 areas of the market that were our 2021 stories. And you can go back to those videos. I believe they might be on YouTube. If not, leave a comment below. I'll put them up. They're definitely saved on my phone, and they definitely were on my Instagram back in the day before they did that thing. Canceled me for what I believe was no reason, but whatever. Anyways, the 2021 story stocks, and they still ring true today and have performed relatively well. Real estate, energy, and gold miners. Gold miners, gold has had a little bit of pain, but it is having quite a move right now. Real estate has had quite a move, and energy has had quite a move. I expect the best of real estate and gold is yet to come. They are very inflation corollary assets. You can't print more land. You can mine more gold, but there's only so much on planet Earth. So, as inflation occurs, these assets are still these assets. They just correlate to the amount of money in the system and the amount of demand. And both of those seem to be increasing. And energy, we haven't even seen the full reopening of the economy yet. We haven't even seen full energy consumption. Energy companies have learned how painful it is when the price of energy is low. So they are in no rush to increase supply. They want to keep energy prices where they are or see them increase. And I think we're going to get some demand increases. They're going to keep supply fixed. So expect profits to rise even more just on domestic reopening. Economy is not fully reopened yet. New York people are still crazy. It's kind of annoying. India is very much in lockdown, as is Europe, very draconian there by surprise, and South Asia, other parts of South Asia besides India. Lots of people, lots of economies, lots of GDP still locked up. That isn't good for energy, but the price is still high as is right now. So with these catalysts yet to come, expect energy to continue its upward trend. And, it's a sharp sell-off the past couple days. Ignore it. It's nothing compared to CRISPR. It's nothing. So until next time, you know what to do. Peace out.